Good morning, students. This is SHAFI from Don Bosco PU College, Chitradurga. In our previous class, we solved some questions that solving the inequalities graphically. In this class also, we are continuing with the same type of questions. Here we have one more question that solve x greater than or equals to 3, y greater than or equals to 2 graphically. I already told you in the previous class itself that whatever the inequality is given, we have to consider equal. Let us consider whatever the inequality is given, we have to consider equal. Consider x equals to 3, y equals to 2, right? You just compare this problem with the previous one. There we found a, b, c and d, isn't it? Here we are not going to find a, b, c, d like that. Here we have the direct point that x equals to 3 and y equals to 2. No need to put x equals to 0, then y equals to, y equals to 0, then x equals to 0. No need to do all those things. Directly we will move on to the last step. If we put 0 in this, then that result will be what? 0 is greater than or equals to 3. This says that 0 is more than 3. Is this true or false? 0 is more than 3. 0 is bigger than 3. Is this true? No, it is not true. It is what? False. Right? Similarly, move on to the second inequality. Y greater than or equal to 2. Then 0 is greater than or equals to 2. It says that 0 is more than 2. Is this true? 0 is more than 2. 0 is larger than 2. Is this true? No, it is not true. It is also false. Right? Now, let us plot a graph that x equals to 3 and y equals to 2. So it is x-axis positive x and it is negative x. It is positive y and it is negative y-axis. Right? Let us take the values on x-axis 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. Kindly maintain a proper graph book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, and so on. Now you just see here we have x equals to 3. X equals to 3. On x-axis it will be x equals to 3. That will be a line which is parallel to y-axis. X equals to 3, here it will be a x equals to 3. X equals to 3, which is a line parallel to y-axis. We just draw a line. It is a line x equals to 3. It is a line x equals to 3. Next, one more thing. Here the result, this inequality result is giving true or false? False. It is giving false. If it is false, where we have to shade? Towards the origin, apart from the origin. If it is false, we have to shade apart from the origin. Hence it is a origin, we have to shade apart from the origin like this. Region will be like this. We have to shade the region like this. Next, similarly, what about y equals to 2? What about y equals to 2? Y equals to 2 on y-axis, it is what? Y equals to 2. Y equals to 2. Y equals to 2, which is a line parallel to x-axis. Which is a line parallel to x-axis. Draw that line. Right? It is a line y equals to 2. It is a line y equals to 2. Next, here the result is false. If it is false, where we have to shade? Apart from the origin. If it is false, we have to shade apart from the origin. It is origin, we have to shade apart from the origin. Like this we have to shade. Yes, now you just see where we have the solution region, where the two regions inequalities are coincided. If we take this area, it is moving like this, right? It is moving like this, but this inequality is going like this, right? Here here it is not a solution region. If we take this one, there is no region is there. If we take this one, if we take this, no, it is not a solution region. Where the two regions of inequalities are coincided, this region only, this region, isn't it? You just observe, this region is moving like this. Next, y greater than equal to 2 is moving the region like this, isn't it? Therefore this portion is the solution region. We have to shade the solution region properly. Shade this region. This entire region will be a solution region. This will be a solution region. Kindly mention it is a solution region. That's it. Hence it is the graph of x greater than or equals to 3, y greater than or equals to 2. If you want, you can take a screenshot or you can pause the video. Then you can note down in your notebook. It is a graph of the given inequalities. Now let us move on to the one more questions, that including the lines y equals to 2x, y equals to 3x, like that. Before that, we have to know a little bit concept of how to plot a graph if the inequality is given in the form of y less than or equals to 2x, y greater than or equals to 2x, like that. If we want to move the further problems, we want to know a little bit note point. Kindly make a note. If the inequalities are given in the form, like if the inequalities are given in the form of y less than or equals to lambda x, where lambda is a non-zero, non-negative real number, y greater than or equals to lambda x, y less than into lambda x, or y greater than lambda into x. If the inequality is given like this, suppose we have the inequality like this, then how to draw a graph? Let me explain. If the inequalities are given in the form of like this, then we have to put minus 1 comma 1 in the given inequality. If the result is true, then shade upwards. If the result is false, then shade downwards. It is the point if the inequalities are given in the form of y less than or equals to x, y greater than or equals to lambda x, y less than lambda x, or y greater than lambda x. We know that y equals to lambda x line. You just remember the concept of SSLC, what you studied in your SSLC. It is x-axis and it is y. It is x, it is y, and it is negative x and it is negative y. Suppose we have, it is a xy plane. Suppose we have a line y equals to 2x. Suppose we have a line y equals to 2x. In place of 2, I am taking generally lambda, where lambda is a non-zero, non-negative real number. We know that y equals to lambda into x, y equals to lambda into x, that will be a line always passing through origin. It is a origin. It is a origin. Like this. Kindly use the scale for to draw all these things. It is a line y equals to lambda into x. Suppose if the inequality is given in the form of like this, we have to put minus 1 comma 1 in that inequality. If the result is true, then we have to shade upwards like this. We have to shade like this. Okay, if the result is false, then we have to shade downwards. We have to shade. You have to remember this point minus 1 comma 1. You have to remember this one minus 1 comma 1. Whatever the inequality, I mean, if the inequality is given in the form of y less than, y greater than, y less than, y greater than, like that, if the inequality is given like that, you have to remember this point, that minus 1 comma 1. You have to substitute this point in that given inequality. If that inequality gives result, if the inequality gives true, then we have to shade upwards like this. We have to shade. If the inequality is given false, then we have to shade downwards like this. Are you understand? Okay, now we will move on to the problems based on these type of inequalities. You just take a screenshot of this, make a note in your notebook. Many of you will get confused to draw these kinds of inequalities, so that these kinds of inequalities are more important for your point of examination. Many of you will get confused how to draw these kinds of inequalities if the inequality is given like this. So kindly take a screenshot or kindly make a note in your notebook. Now we will move on to the questions. I forgot to tell the one more point. It is the point number 1. Second point will be x greater than or equals to 0, y greater than or equals to 0 represents positive x and positive y axis. X greater than or equal to 0, y greater than or equal to 0 represents positive x and positive y axis. Okay. Suppose if x less than or equal to 0, y less than or equal to 0, then that represents negative x and negative y axis. If you want, you can see here we have xy plane. It is x and it is y. X greater than or equal to 0, y greater than or equal to 0 represents positive x, positive y, like this. The solution division will be this one. It is positive x, positive y, like this. Okay. Now let us move on to the questions. So here we have the question including the inequality y greater than or equals to 2x. I already told you in the note point itself. So here we have the inequalities. 4 inequalities we have. Exactly, we have 5 inequalities. 4x plus 3y less than or equals to 60, y greater than or equals to 2x, x less greater than or equals to 3, x comma y greater than or equals to 0 is nothing but x greater than or equals to 0, y greater than or equals to 0. In the note point itself, I already told you x greater than or equal to 0, y greater than or equal to 0 represents positive x and positive y axis only. This condition represents positive x, positive y axis. Okay, positive y axis. I understand. Okay, now we have to consider these three inequalities only. This one already we know that will be in the first quadrant. I mean first positive x and positive y only. Now let us solve the inequalities. What is the first step of solving the inequality? Whatever the inequality is given, we have to consider equal, isn't it? Okay, let us consider we have three inequalities. I need more space, so that I am writing here. 4x plus 3y is less than or equals to 60. Next, y greater than or equals to 2x, x greater than or equals to 3, right? This we know already, that will be in the first quadrant, I mean positive x and positive y only. Let us solve these three inequalities. How to solve these three inequalities? This one we know, consider, isn't it? We have to take equal. It is not the inequalities, we have to consider like this, equals, right? Kindly make a small correction. We have to consider equals. Okay, next step, second step is what? We have to put x equals to 0. Put x equals to 0, then y equals to what? If we put x equals to 0 in place of x, then it will be 4 into 0 is 0. 0 plus 3y equals to 60. Then 3y equals to 60. Y equals to how much? 20, right? Therefore the point A will be x comma 0, x comma y 0 comma 20, 0 comma 20. Similarly, put y equals to 0. Y equals to 0, then x equals to what? If we put 0 in place of y, then what we will get? 4x plus 3 into 0 equals to 60. 4x plus 3 into 0 is what? 0. 4x plus 0 equals to 60. 4x equals to 60. Then x equals to what? X equals to how much? 60 by 4. 4 is how much? 15. Therefore, the point B will be x comma y, that is 15 comma 0. 15 comma 0. Next step is what? We have to put 0 comma 0 in the given inequality. Put 0 comma 0 in the given inequality. 4x plus 3y is less than or equals to 60. Therefore 0 is less than or equals to 60. This says that 60 is more than 0. 60 is larger than 0. Is this true? Yes, it is true. 60 is more than 0. Yes, it is true, right? It is the first inequality. What about y equals to 2x? Y equals to 2x. What about y equals to 2x? This we will discuss later. First we will solve this one. X equals to 3. X greater than or equals to 3. Next step, 0 is greater than or equals to 3. 0 is greater than or equals to 3. This says that 0 is more than 3. Is this true or false? 0 is larger than 3. Is this true or false? False. Right? So these two things, these two inequalities, we know how to solve these two inequalities. It is the new inequality is introduced. How to solve these kinds of inequalities. If we are going to find the points, I mean C and D, how you are going to find? If we put 0 in place of this, then what we will get? 0. If x equals to 0, y equals to 0. If y equals to 0, x is also 0. Then the points C and D will be 0, 0. That means origin. Then how to solve these kinds of inequalities? Think. You just think once. You will get a little bit idea. Right? Suppose if x equals to 0, y equals to 0, right? If x equals to 0, y equals to 0. if x equals to 0, then y equals to what? 0. If you put in place of x 0, then y will be 0. If x equals to 1, then y equals to what? You just put in place of x equals to 1, then y equals to what? 2 into 1 is 2. If x equals to 2, then y equals to what? 2 into 2 is 4, which is a multiples of 2 only. 2 into 0 is 0, 2 into 1 is 2, 2 into 2 is 4, and so on. If x equals to 3, y equals to 6. If x equals to 4, y equals to 8, like that, and so on. Now, you just see the note point of the previous one. I just told you in the note point itself. If the inequality is given in the form of like this, which point we have to substitute? Minus 1 comma 1. Put minus 1 comma 1 in the inequality y greater than or equals to 2x. Kindly do not confuse. It is x comma y. In place of x, put minus 1. In place of y, put plus 1. In place of x, minus 1. In place of y, plus 1. You just substitute in this. Y greater than or equals to 2x. In place of y, we have 1 is greater than or equals to 2 into x. In place of x, we have minus 1. So 1 is greater than or equals to 1. 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. Is this true? This says that plus 1 is more than minus 2. Plus 1 is more than minus 2. Plus 1 is larger than minus 2. Is this true? Plus 1 is bigger than minus 2. Is this true? Yes, it is true. Hence, we solved 3 inequalities. Now, let us plot these 3 inequalities in a graph together. Then, let us find the solution region of these 3 inequalities. If you observe, here we have x maximum will be plus 15, y maximum will be plus 20, isn't it? I don't have so much of space in this graph, so I am going to take the positive values of x axis, and y axis will be plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like that I will take. I think you will have more space in your graph notebook, so that you can take the values on x-axis plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, and so on. You just take like that. Then only graph will be very clear. Okay. One more thing. If you observe, in this solving the inequalities, we didn't found the negative values. So that I am taking the positive x and positive y. If you want to take including negative x and negative y axis, you can take it. Don't bother. I don't have so much of space in this graph, so that I am not going to take negative x and negative y axis. If you want to take in your graph notebook, you can take. Okay, let us take the values on positive x axis. It is origin. I am going to take two differences, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, because I am taking the difference is, I am taking two differences, because the maximum value of x will be 15 here, so that I am taking like that. Kindly take in your graph notebook. I think you will have more sufficient space in your notebook, so that you can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instead of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and it is 16. It is what? 16. Okay. Here also I am going to take two differences. If I take two differences on y-axis, then I didn't found 20 on positive y-axis, so that I don't have so much of space, so that I'm taking 4 differences on y-axis. 4 differences I'm taking on y-axis. Kindly take in your notebook, I mean in your graph notebook, 1 differences, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 up to 20. Take the values on x-axis. You can take the values on x-axis like this, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and so on. Like that you can take. I don't have so much of space, so that only I am taking the big differences, I mean 4 differences. On y-axis I took 4 differences, on x-axis I taken 2 differences, 4 8 12 16 20, because I need 20 on y-axis. Here we have the point 20. According to that I taken. Okay, now you just see the point A, 0 comma 20, x0 y20, x0 y20, it is the point A, it is the point A. What about the point B, 15 comma 0, x15 y0, x15 y0, where it will be 14 16, in between 14 and 16 it will be the point B, it will be the point B. Okay, it is a point what, 0 comma 20, it is a point what, 15 comma 0, 14 15 16, 14 15 16. Now you just join these 2 points, you just join these 2 points. One more thing, in the previous class itself I already told you that if the inequality involves less than or equal, greater than or equal, less than or equal or greater than or equal, then we have to draw a thick line, we have to draw a thick line. Okay, kindly remember these points. So this inequality is involving less than or equals, so that we have to draw this line, we have to draw this line with thick one. Okay, here it is the line that 4x plus 3y equals to 60. Now this result is giving true, this result is giving true. If it is true, where we have to shade, if it is true, where we have to shade, towards the origin. If we shade in this place, then that will be apart from the origin, we have to shade towards the origin, towards the origin we have to shade, like this we have to shade, right, towards the origin. We are going to finding the solution region, so that I am putting arrow marks. Next, one more thing, now you just move on to the second inequality. Here we have y equals to 2x, y equals to 2x. If x equals to 0, y equals to what, 0. If x equals to 0, y equals to 0. If x equals to 2, if x equals to 2, if x equals to 2, y equals to what, 4, 4, right. If x equals to 2, y equals to 4. If x equals to 4, then y equals to 8. If x equals to 6, then y equals to 12. No need of every point. Here we have to know only the points that x equals to 0, y equals to 0. If x equals to 2, y equals to 4. No need to verify the other points. You just take a scale, you just join these 2 points exactly and accurate. You just join these 2 points, that will be more accurate, 0 and this one. Then both the points will be joined accurately. So it is a line y is greater than or equals to 2x. X equals to 2, y equals to 4. x equals to 4, y equals to 8, x equals to 6, y equals to 12, x equals to 8, y equals to 16, x equals to 10, y equals to 20. Right? Are you understand? Kindly do not confuse. These lines are confusing us, so that we have to beware of these kinds of inequalities. We have to take care of these kinds of inequalities. Don't bother. Now here this result is giving what? True. If these kinds of inequalities is given true, then where we have to shade? Upwards. Like this we have to shade, isn't it? Okay, next we have one more inequality, that what? X equals to 3. X equals to 3, where it will be x equals to 3? It is x equals to 3. X equals to 3. X equals to 3, which is a line parallel to which axis? Y axis. We just to join this line. You just draw this line. And also you just see the question once again. This inequality is also involving x greater than or equal to 3. So that we have to draw a thick line. It is a line x equals to 3. This result is giving false. This result is giving false. So that where we have to shade? It is a line x equals to 3. This result is giving false. So that where we have to shade? Towards the origin or apart from the origin? Apart from the origin. Here we have the origin. Apart from the origin. Like this we have to shade. Okay. Like this we have to shade. Now you just see where the common region is bounded. I mean where the 3 inequalities, we have 5 inequalities. We know that, understood that x comma y is greater than or equal to 0 represent positive x and positive y axis. Okay, you just leave that inequality. Exactly we have 3 inequalities, where the 3 inequalities are coincided in the graph. Which portion? If we take this portion, no, it is not a solution region. If we take this one, here 2 regions are coincided, right? If we take this one, here 2 regions are coincided only. But 1, 2, 3, where 3 inequalities are coincided, this portion, this inequality is also merging like this. This inequality is also merging. This inequality is also merging, isn't it? 3 inequalities are coincided in this area, in this place. Then this will be a solution region. This will be a solution region. Shade this region. This region will be a solution region. This will be a solution region. I hope you understood. Kindly do not bother about the inequalities, that y greater than or equal to lambda x, y less than or equals to 2x. You just practice once or twice at your home, you will be perfect. So here we solved only one question based on y greater than or equals to 2x. We are going to solve some more questions regarding these kinds of inequalities. I mean y greater than or equals to 2x, y less than or equals to 2x. If we solve more than 3 to 4 questions, then you came to understand how to draw the inequalities. If the inequalities are given in the form of y less than or equals to 2x, y greater than or equal to lambda x, or it may be, right? Kindly do not confuse. In the next class we will discuss more problems including y less than or equals to 3x, like that. Okay, so hence it is a class for today. In the next class we will continue with the same problems. Thank you.